Welcome to my week 23 update of Ramsay Hunt Syndrome. Now you might be wondering, this is only 1 week. I've been going to 2-week updates. I have a big update to share, and I'm excited to share it. So I'm going to do an update for just 1 week. 3 big things: hearing update, oral care in the dentist, and then the big improvement. After my previous video recording, I decided I should do a hearing test using the app that I have for my phone. Essentially, it's an app that allows me to do sounds using AirPods, and I can do some testing. The first time I tried this a couple months ago, I completely failed in my right ear. And this time, I actually was able to pass some level of hearing test. I don't think my hearing has improved a lot. If I listen to music or a podcast just in this ear, I can't really understand it, but I can hear sounds. So it is improving. Next, I went to the dentist. Now, one of the challenges of facial paralysis is the ability to eat. As you can see, I can't really open my mouth. So like sandwiches, tacos, it's really hard to get that food in there. And then the other thing is sometimes food gets trapped on the paralyzed side of the mouth. I was concerned. This was my first visit to the dentist since being diagnosed. And fortunately, oral health looked fine. But it is something you want to look at because this side of your mouth or whatever side it is for you isn't going to be working. So here's the big update. I went to facial therapy for the first time. And one of the first things we did was do some tests. And I have movement. So if you watch this side of my mouth, I think over the past couple of weeks, we've seen the neutral face improving. But she was like, raise your eyebrow. Did you see that? It's moving. This side of my face is moving. So we went through a series of tests, and I'll do a Palsy check, but I realized, hey, I've got some movement. Now it's a little wonky. It's like I raised my good eyebrow and the paralyzed side lip lifts. This is synkinesis, where the nerves get kind of wonky and don't behave the way you expect them to. But I have movement. That's amazing. I'm super excited. Big thing that I'm supposed to do, and you'll see, is loosening up the muscles while trying to move. I got this mini massage gun, and I'm supposed to use it in different places while I'm trying to move. Try and lift my eyebrow while massaging. Try and close my eye while massaging. Not really close in the eye socket, but around the muscles around, trying to close it. Trying to smile while massaging those. A lot of what I'm supposed to do is massage the muscles around the face while I try and do movement. The nice thing about this is with this mini massager, I can kind of do this during the day if like I'm on a call and can turn my camera off, or if I'm watching something. I just keep this by my desk and I do some massaging occasionally. Sometimes when I'm having calls internally, I'm like, hey, it's all right. It does feel good to be loosening up the face. So that mostly my exercises for the next month until I see my therapist again is to practice motion while massaging. And I got to be honest, it feels pretty good. So it's an easy thing to do. My new physical therapist specializes in facial paralysis therapy. In my health system, in one of the second biggest counties in my state, there's only 2 of these people in this county that do this. So super cool to be connected with somebody. It took me like 2 months to get to her. I think the movement was already there. She just helped me realize it and helped me work on continuing to unlock it. This picture I'm going to show you has images of the nerves to the face. And some of the things reminded me of some symptoms I haven't really talked about. One of the things is a drier mouth. There's a nerve that goes for the saliva, and I have a drier mouth than usual. I mostly notice this at nights. I never used to have a dry mouth if I'd wake up in the middle of the night. Now I sleep with some water next to me, and if I wake up, I usually take a little drink because I notice I'm dry. The other thing is taste. I think I mentioned this in one of my earlier videos. Initially after diagnosis, I did have a bit of a burnt tongue feeling, but my taste has never been truly affected. We've already done a little bit, but let's do a full palsy check, and we're going to see if we can get movements. Raising the eyelid. You can see the cheek is flexing. So this one doesn't want to move, but when I raise the good eyebrow, the cheek moves. All right, we'll close the eye. Okay, and I don't feel like I have much movement, but I know that my eye is flickering. Puff the cheeks. I think the mouth closure is getting a little bit better. Flare the nostrils. Smile. Okay, I'm going to do a subtle smile. Yeah, looks better, doesn't it? Whistle. Still got a ways to go. I will take the small progress. I think this is the first time I can say I am progressing with the face. And while it is small, it feels like a huge victory to me, and I'll take it. Some things that are status quo. I'm still fairly tired. Not terrible. Still a little off balance. Again, not terrible. Manageable. I'm still exercising, but not increasing my loads. Trying to create baseline fitness, but I just don't feel like it's time to be loading up either in terms of the amount of weights or the amount of time. Just trying to build up that strong foundation. And while I'm not doing it in these videos, most of the time I'm wearing a moisture chamber during the day. I am starting to wear it less in certain situations, like if I'm on a call with a customer, I take it off just so it's not goofy. There are situations like here, I guess I want to look a little bit better on camera. I'm not wearing it. And my eye isn't drying out. That's good. Biggest learning. Well, this feels like a huge victory. But I was reminded, here's a quote from Winston Churchill. Never give in. Never, 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 never. In nothing great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. I didn't really dig into the quote, but I'm assuming this might be reference to some of the wartime issues that he's so well known for. Don't ever give in. And this applies in all areas of life, whether it's at work, whether it's in personal life. You just never know when progress is going to get unlocked. One of my best friends is a doctor, and he was telling me a couple of months ago one of the things he does is doing some therapy with patients. And I think it's on resilience, or I can't remember exactly. So John, if you're watching it, comment here what it's for. He's mentioning how attitude and positive energy helps with recovery of physical ailments. And I feel blessed. I've been able to maintain a pretty positive attitude. I've tried to push hard. And I think those that have been encouraging me, giving me positive energy, it helps. So as a spiritual thought, I've just got to express gratitude. And as I thought about the situation, I've been praying for healing. I've experienced healing. I know people have been praying for me, or if they're not of a faith nature, they've been giving me good energy and kindness. And I thought of the story in the New Testament about Jesus and the 10 lepers. And if you'll recall, as he, or Jesus, entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men who were lepers, which stood afar off. And they lifted up their voices and said, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. And when he saw them, he said unto them, Go show yourselves unto the priests. And it came to pass, as they went, they were cleansed. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back, and with a loud voice glorified God, and fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks, and he was a Samaritan. And Jesus answered, said, Were there not 10 cleansed, but where are the 9? There are not found that return to give glory to God, save this stranger. And he said unto him, Arise, go thy will, thy faith hath made thee whole. Well, the others were already healed. One gave gratitude. Jesus said, Thy faith had made thee whole. Now, some would argue that he was explaining how he was healed. Some have even said maybe thy faith had made you whole in other ways. And I feel like I am improving physically, but internally even more so. This health challenge of Ramsay Hunt Syndrome has been tremendous, but I've learned so much from it, and I can't help but feel like I'm being made whole in the process. I've got a ways to go here, and I got a ways to go in my inner heart, but I feel like I'm a different person through this crazy challenge. All I can say is thanks to the good Lord and Jesus for the blessings I'm experiencing. Thanks to those of you that have been so kind and supportive. It's helpful. That's this week's update. It's a good one. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you like it, like the video, ask me a question in the comments, share it with somebody who might need it, and subscribe to the channel where you'll get more updates like this.